thanks for joining us here on a news update on News Ghana Clock. This is a recap of all the top stories that has made headlines throughout the week in review, and it is coming to you from our news hub here inside the zoo, here in Accra. My name is Kweku Ediama Ansa.
And I am Hegel Fusua. Coming up in this bulletin, President Akufo-Addo attends Commonwealth meeting in London.
Also, President Akufo-Addo has suspended the Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports alongside the Acting Director General of NSA.
We take it to the northern region where, on a rather sad note, 18 people had lost their lives in 2 motor accidents. Also, members of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey has intensified their crusade against Galamsey in the country. And also in business, reports indicates 1,001 fraud cases were reported in the banking sector in 2016. Now we'll do some sports stories where we'll take a look at the scorelines in the English Premiership. Also in entertainment, Ebony reigns crowned Artist of the Year in this year's Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. We have these and many other stories all coming up in the next few minutes. Please do stay. Now to our first story, and President Akufo-Addo has suspended the Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, Pius Enam, alongside the Acting General Director of NSA, Robert Safo-Mensah. Now, in a statement signed by the Director of Communications at the Jubilee House, Eugene Ahin, states that the decision was taken after preliminary investigations which were conducted into the circumstances that led to the arrest of some 60 Ghanaians who allegedly attempted to enter Australia by false pretense. President Akufo-Addo has left Ghana to London to attend the 25th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting taking place from Monday 16th April to Friday 20th April 2018. The meeting will afford heads of government in Commonwealth the opportunity to address shared global challenges their countries face and agree on actions on how to create a better future for all. Now we continue with the bulletin, and Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia has reiterated President Akufo-Addo's vision of a Ghana beyond aid, that it is the foundation on the firm belief that Ghana cannot continue to rely on only her natural resources to achieve and sustain the economic growth and development of the country. Now addressing a gathering of Ghanaian technology experts working in the universally acclaimed home of ICT, Vice President Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia said government is convinced that the use of technology and the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda would continue to engage stakeholders in the sector. Well, let's go to the northern region now, where, on a rather sad note, 2 separate motor accidents have claimed the lives of 18 people. Now, reports indicate 16 people died in the early hours of today at Yapeyi Pala on the Tamale Kumasi Road and 2 at Savalugu. Now, according to the police, the accident was caused through a collision between a Yton and a Kia bus. Now, members of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey has intensified their crusade against illegal mining in the Upper West region by holding series of town hall meetings to highlight mass distractions caused by Ghana's environment. Now, the GJA President Alfred Mone indicated that Ghana was under serious effects and on self-destruction path to condemn the country's environment that would deny generations of their livelihoods and survival. The Chief Justice, Sophia Akufu, has called on sport administrators to explore the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in most of their arbitration and mediation. She said sport was one of the sectors of the society that could make immense use of ADL to solve most of their problems. Now, speaking at the launch of the Gamey & Co. ADL Center in Accra, she added the center would provide tailored services and training in the provision of ADL services. Now, still in the bulletin, a bronze sculpture of the late Corporal Patrick Atipo, a victim of the February 28 Christianborg Crossroads shooting incident in 1948, was unveiled in his hometown in the Volta region. Now, the unveiling ceremony also witnessed a dedication at the Nationalism Park at Puta in his memory and, by extension, his 2 colleagues, which are namely Sergeant Ajete and Private Odate Lamte, who also died in the shooting incident. Moving on.
The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has condemned and distanced Ghanaian women from comments made by actress Moisha Budon on international media. A rejoinder signed by Gender Minister Otiku Afisa-Jaba described her comments as outrageous, saying she put into disrepute the image of multitudes of hard-working Ghanaian women.
Now we'll continue, and on a sad note, a 55-year-old farmer, Samson Adekachi, has been arrested for murdering his 22-year-old stepson, known as Nyabro, over a bowl of banku. Now the incident, according to investigations, occurred on Saturday evening around 8:30 p.m. at Aprabon, a suburb of Abetifi in the Kwawu East District in the Eastern Region. Now confirming the incident, the murderer Samson Adekachi accused his stepson of eating all the food at home, which a situation that got him angry, resulting in exchange of words between both parties.
Two other stories. The Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service says it is investigating allegations that some parliamentarians in the erstwhile Mahama administration received double salaries. In a statement released and signed by the Director of Public Affairs, DSP Sheila Kese Abeye Backman, she noted the persons involved will be invited to help in investigations. Now, still on this issue, meanwhile, the minority in Parliament has refuted claims that appointees of the erstwhile Mahama administration received double salaries and are willing to refund the extras to the state. Now, addressing a press conference in Accra, minority spokesperson on finance and former Deputy Finance Minister Keso Latofosin noted the allegation was an attempt on the part of President Akufo-Addo's government to criminalize, silence and harass the minority.
Now we continue with the bulletin, and 2 unregistered oil vessels have been impounded for engaging in illegal oil trade in Ghanaian territorial waters. Now the Ghana Navy, in collaboration with the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, impounded the 2 unregistered vessels on Saturday. Now the vessels, believed to be from Nigeria, had 11 crew on board with a total of 320 metric tons of fuel.
Let's do some business stories now, where the Bank of Ghana says a total of 1,001 fraud cases were reported from universal banks, non-financial institutions and rural and community banks in 2016. This amounted to about 244.32 million Ghanaian cedis. Now, according to the Payment Systems Oversight Report from the Bank of Ghana, the cases included the suppression of customer accounts by staff of financial institutions, card fraud, forgery, and alteration of documents, among other cases.
Now we'll move on to some sports stories, where some scorelines in the English Premiership. Chelsea won their game against Southampton by 3-2. Now Tottenham Hotspur also faced Man City, where they lost by 1-3. Now Newcastle also won their game against Arsenal by 2-1, where Manchester United sat at Old Trafford and lost by 1-0 against West Bromwich Albion.
Let's go to the international front now, where a Nigerian journalist has revealed that 112 of the 276 Chibok schoolgirls who were abducted in 2014 are still missing. A Nigerian journalist with links to the Islamic group Boko Haram has claimed only 15 out of the 112 missing Chibok girls are still alive. The 276 schoolgirls were abducted by Boko Haram exactly 4 years ago. Now let's go to entertainment now, where late dancehall artist Ebony Rains has been crowned posthumously as the Artist of the Year in the 2018 edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Now she also won other awards with her Album of the Year, Afropop Song of the Year, and also Mamisha, which won her Manager Bullet the Songwriter of the Year award. Well, on this note, this is where we end the news recap right here on News Ghana Clock. Before we go, a recap of the headlines.
President Akufo-Addo has suspended the Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports alongside the Acting Director General of NSA.
Also, President Akufo-Addo attends Commonwealth meeting in London.
Now, members of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey has intensified their crusade against illegal mining in the country.
We also take you to the northern region where 18 people have lost their lives in 2 motor accidents.
Now in sports, we took a look at some scorelines in the English Premiership.
In business, report reveals that 1,001 fraud cases were reported in the banking sector in 2016.
So thanks for watching us right here on News Ghana Clock. We'll come your way at same time here on our news update platform.
There's more news on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and also on YouTube. The news was produced by AMULENS Production. Once again, thanks so much for making time with us. My name is Hegel Vuswa.
And my name is Kweku Ediama Ansa.